Hello. So that shot was taken about a week ago, and needless to say, it was horrendous. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. Who exactly am I, and what does my group plan on achieving? Well, my name is Tanzan Arifin, and I am a part of the Generation STEM program here at Belmore Boys. We intend on interviewing a sample size of about 8 to 10 students within Belmore's campus, alongside a few guest appearances from staff members as well. Let's go! You know what? Sack the chair. I'm gonna move the chair. I don't like this chair anymore. I gotta make sure I'm on center though. Oh, get away from me. As to why I've decided to interview students and staff here at Belmore Boys. It all boils down to the initial approach I took when tackling this project early last term. I think that's a good enough representation of me last term. You see, as students, there are many limitations as to what we can achieve during this program. While yes, you could argue that with enough dedication, effort, and hard work, schools could come to significant results in regards to the two topics discussed. We personally took a deep thought as to what could be accomplished within our capabilities and decided to educate, engage in a meaningful way. What do we mean by meaningful way? That's gonna have to come in the next part. I need to leave. So. Alright, listen here. I'm actually a teenager, right? And some of you may also be teenagers. I can understand that most of us aren't so keen on watching a 30 to 40 minute documentary on water wastage. That's completely understandable. And if I'm gonna be honest, under different circumstances, I probably wouldn't be bothered either. It's with this said, however, that comes a huge issue. Most people aren't entirely aware of the implications that their bad habits in and out of home have on our water. It is realizing one's faults that could potentially establish a stable avenue for growth and self-reflection in both you, the audience, and the people we are interviewing. I think that's my longest session yet. I'm like not thinking properly. Oh, that took so long. Am I even supposed to be sitting here? I honestly don't know. It's like after school hours. Hey, that's fair game. That's fair game. We will now begin the interview. We will now begin the interviewing phase. Keep in mind that we will be gathering statistics at the end of the video, which will then be organized into graphs and tables. The information collected will allow us to come to a reasonable enough conclusion as to whether students and staff here at Belmore Boys know their stuff on water wastage. All of you watching can then reflect on whether, oh wait, did I also know that? Is this supposed to be common knowledge? Am I just dumb? You know how much of a struggle that was? That took ages. That took 2 hours on that. Oh no, that was that. Day one of exams, shocking. I went into math thinking I like aced that. I came out shell shocked. Hey, listen, there's always opportunity for growth and academic comeback. What was that? Bro, dogs. No, honestly, I think it's not off great. I think it went pretty. Now I can put all my time into a family. I'm gonna get a haircut and we're gonna begin interviewing.
So easy. Tell me, how is your life as a youngster?
Well, I got the haircut. Anyways, things have changed considerably since the last time I documented my progress as a result of some regulations set by a very, very specific teacher. What the Mr. Sure. A majority of the interviews will have to take place within a controlled environment. This unfortunately means that my original vision of having the interviews occur organically has changed. However, I'll try my best to keep each interviewee as clueless as possible in an attempt to maintain that chaotic feel that I had set in mind for this segment of the video. With introductions set, we can actually begin on the interview. Bro, get me off this project. I'm enjoying myself, so I don't really
Hi guys.
Alright, I will now welcome our very first guest. And of course, I'll give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. What is your name? And what is one interesting thing about you?
Roughly, I don't have anything interesting.
Nizar Rabbani. I dyed my hair.
Really Adnan, and I am interesting.
Mahmoud Al Assad, and I play League of Legends.
Average league player.
Hassan Yunus,
Hassan
and
Yunus.
I don't give up, strive to succeed, and I'm noble.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Miss Yap. I like to play board games.
Harun Faisal, I'm always good at maths.
Great to hear.
Miss Davies, head teacher of science, the best faculty. Play a lot of netball on the weekends.
Zal Muhammad Omar. I'll give you 3. I like reading books, learning by history. I'm interested in learning different politics and that sort of stuff. I try to be open-minded.
I'm a really boring person.
Adam was the next bit from the PDHPE faculty. I really enjoy my showers.
That's right, on theme today. Wow.
My name's Rayed from the PE faculty as well. As you can tell.
Yeah, we can tell. Thanks.
I love food. I have about 6 meals a day.
My name is Mr. Karafilovsky. I'm a Macedonian dancer.
Whoa, alright.
My name is Josh, school captain of Belmore Boys. Very loud.
My name is Mr. Kozanoglu. Run the STEM program here, right at Harley Davidson School.
I'm Miss Ma. I'm an English teacher. That's about the most interesting thing. My name's Miss Samora.
Yeah.
I have a dog.
A dog. What's the dog's name?
Luna.
Luna.
I am Sarah Elokor. I used to fight crimes.
Okay. Hassan Maki? I don't even know.
Is there
anything interesting about?
Honestly, no.
You know what we're gonna ask you?
We have no idea.
Good, that's how it should be. I'll start with the first question. How do you or your household typically use water on a daily basis? Now, before you answer, this question is up to interpretation. So if there are any cultural or traditional uses for water in your home, please feel free to, list them out.
Shower. To cook. Cooking, I think we use a lot.
Wash dishes.
Dishwasher.
Perfect.
They use a lot less water.
Love non-manual dishwashing.
Mostly use our water for gardening.
Water plants.
Nourish the environment around us.
Ablution.
We make wudu, the ablution for prayer.
I think that's pretty much it too. Cleaning, washing, drinking. I think that's it.
Yeah, you both mentioned showers, right? So God, some people.
mentioned showers?
Some people didn't mention showers. I like to ask, how long are your showers?
It depends. As a female, there are some days where you will learn that there are like longer shower days. Okay, we're gonna do our body scrubs. We're gonna, do all the other necessities that women need to do, and shorter shower days. So we have a really quick shower, like a quick body shower. Body showers 10 minutes.
In total, yeah.
15 minutes. 15 minutes for me. Yeah, I'd say.
You 10 minutes? Okay.
Probably less than 10 minminutes.
6 to 7 minutes.
Is that honest?
Yes.
Sometimes you come home, you don't think, I want to take a 20-minute shower.
30 to 40 minutes.
30 minutes.
I take very long in the shower. 40 to 50 minutes. I know it's not sustainable.
Be about 10 minutes.
Okay, that's actually pretty reasonable. So, based on research that I've done, right, the average amount of water used per minute in a standard shower head is about 9 liters.
9 liters per minute.
Per minute, exactly. That means a 5-minute shower wastes upwards of 45 liters. Consider that some of you, right, the audience, even you, aren't being honest, 15 to 20 minute shower. That's equivalent to 135 to 180 liters of water, almost as much as used by an average individual every day. So on the topic of individual waste, how much water do you think that we as Australians waste annually? Now, again, there's 2 ways you can categorize this question. There's household use and there's corporation use. We're talking about household.
I'm gonna say like millions and millions and millions.
Maybe maybe 2 billion megaliters.
Yeah.
2 million liters, bro.
To be honest, I don't know.
102,000. Like
Entirety? Okay.
100 million kiloliters or something. I don't know.
200 what? 200,000 liters.
I'd say more than a billion for sure.
More than a
Liters.
billion. More than a
Liters of
billion.
water.
Statistics gathered in 2022 express that the collective household consumption of water in Australia amounts to an estimate of 1.8 million megaliters.
Liters in a mega.
Furthermore, an individual in Australia uses about an average of 100,000 liters of water per year. This is a narrow statistic because it varies, obviously. Nazar might use more than me, you two might use more than me, I might use more than all of you combined. But nevertheless, it should be taken at face value because, you know, water matters. From your responses throughout this video, right, we can deduce that you guys, and honestly most of us, don't have the clearest understanding of water wastage. With that said, do you believe that there is enough education and awareness in the Canterbury-Bankstown area about responsible water use?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, why so?
Because there are kids throwing around water balloons.
You don't really see like a lot of like sort of informational like
Yeah,
leaflets or anything.
there's not much
going
resources.
No, definitely not. It's not really a subject that's picked upon.
Growing up, did have a drought in New South Wales. Did introduce different levels of water restrictions.
Because like you guys personally experienced it, right?
Yes.
Well, whereas
Yeah.
we didn't really experience
Yeah.
much. Maybe the only like instance where we have was that I think that time in
2017.
2017.
Yeah, so see, that was nothing in comparison to
So what you guys experienced.
Yeah.
Like maybe the older generations would be a bit more aware of it, but we had the droughts.
Yeah,
where we
yeah.
were
Back
young,
then, Mr. K talked about that. It was like
Yeah.
talking about how like back then it was way stricter. Like,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you could say it's selfish, but humans really don't care until they experience something. You can sympathize with someone, but until you experience it, you're not really going to care too much. Like in our generation, for example, me and Nazar, we weren't really taught about these things. The closest thing we got was I think 2017, where like we had like droughts or something like that, and there was like rules forced on that, and that's like the only bit. But even when that happened, it wasn't that strict. With you guys, I think it was like.
It was a lot stricter.
It
Like,
was,
I
there were
restricted.
quite a few things you
couldn't do.
Yeah.
Do you believe that it's an issue with teenagers, or is this like a collective issue?
It's a collective issue.
Collective issue, not just teenagers.
Definitely a collective issue.
It could be a collective
I think
issue.
it's collective.
Even as adults, we know what's wrong. It's actually enacting what is wrong. I think it's a human problem.
I do think it's a global thing. We could start by educating teenagers and
Yes,
that
yeah.
they will take that into their adulthood.
Yeah.
I think everyone has to play their part.
It's like what's happening in. I mean, but it took something massive for all of us to start.
We can't talk about politics.
It's not politics. It's got nothing to do with politics. But
Okay.
what I'm saying is, it took a drastic event for people to actually care
Yeah.
or acknowledge what's going on in.
Did you read right?
It actually turned into a podcast.
And also teenagers would be influenced by their parents. And their
parents
parents are
usually-
obviously older.
It is the responsibility of adults to be educating the younger generation.
Yeah.
It's collective. Because they take longer showers too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But more so towards the teenagers.
More so towards
Okay.
teenagers.
Well, probably yeah, teenagers, because like when you're little, you don't
Yeah, you don't really
When
care
you're
too
older,
much. Yeah,
you
you're not
sort of
mature.
understand, sort of going through, or what should I do, what should I do?
Yeah, the older generation are more conscious, whereas the newer generation are pretty entitled.
I'm going to interject a little bit. Modern accessibility to water breeds a sense of disillusionment around how much we do use on average. When you consider how much access to water we have, we're obviously one of the driest continents on Earth, but considering how small our population is,
We take it for granted.
That we definitely do take it for granted.
All right. So, do you personally implement any strategies in your home or household to stay
No.
sustainable? I had to answer before I finish the question.
I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
No, nothing. Have rice water.
Yes.
I put that into like little pots. Put it onto plants.
Plants?
Yeah, so
Wow,
they can
perfect.
actually-
To save water, we put a bucket or like multiple buckets. And we preserve the water, and like let's say our family doesn't want to flush, use the bucket water for.
Continuing on, do you think that modern education and awareness about water scarcity is effective?
I don't think it's effective now, but maybe in the future.
It's definitely stuff, but
Most of us aren't bothered, right?
Yeah,
it's
we're
just
not bothered.
the same applies to adults too. Like we're too busy
Yeah.
to look at stuff like this.
Because
Yeah,
some people just
because-
don't see it as a priority. And
Yeah.
they might have more things in their lives that are more important.
So, based off that last question, do you have any personal gripes about educational videos and
The way it's currently being done is
Yeah.
quite boring, quite
Yeah, it's quite boring, yeah.
statistical based, quite not really drawing on any
Very
real
linear.
emotions, not really giving much insight into the actual core problem. Just like water, saving water, trees, keeping trees up.
We live in a day now where we have workshops, seminars, and presentation days for every single topic. Why not have one for water safety? Why not have one to tell the youth that this is a precious resource? We should not be throwing water bombs. We should not be splashing water on each other. We should not be engaging in potentially harmful and mundane activities.
Combine your theory lessons with lots of practical, lots of immersive actual lessons. I think it's going to be far better. And I think projects like this STEM project are great gateways into that, because you get to go on excursions to see, you know, real life, local ways that water is saved or ways you can access
strategies,
it.
how people are developing.
Because you're doing this project, you actually can see the real life global consequences, and you can see this is actually something that's worth putting effort and my time into and learning about.
I'm getting attacked by these water-saving hippies.
Me and Nazar with those.
Exactly. That was directed at you.
Is there anything else you'd like to share or discuss? If so, that's fine.
Do your best to save a bit of water.
Yeah.
Shout out to the cameraman.
Yeah.
Strong elbows.
I'm 7 foot and he's also 7 foot. We're standing under cash. Yeah. Why he's like covering his face.
Because I'm the cameraman.
Thank God for the water that we have. Stay focused, stay aware, don't waste it.
Save water, yay!
Jaylen's my boyfriend. Jaylen's my boyfriend.
Attention U10 students.
Hold on.
Nisa Rabani.
Oh no, that's my cameraman gone. Bye. Hey, clap, 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 clap. We need to clap. I do not understand the amount of attempts this is taking. Alright, so let's move on to the stats, right? I'm going to be super brief as I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be, but I will make sure to go over the main points. Above is my inquiry question. Refer to it if you are looking to, you know, compare whether my stats are actually useful or not. Also keep in mind we had a sample size of around 24 interviewees consisting of 14 students and 11 teachers. Alright, let's begin. In question 2, students shared an average time of around 18 minutes, while teachers had an average of 9. The overall sample group average was around 13.7 minutes, rounded to 14. This is significantly higher than the recommended average of 4. Although some did report lower times, there is still a possibility of inaccuracy or skewed results as a result of dishonesty or other variables. In question 3, all participants were inaccurate in their answers. I'm gonna be for real, I can't deny that this question was like a hard one to answer, because like estimates vary, and also you'd either have to get like really lucky or have some level of knowledge or lengthened knowledge or understanding beforehand, right? That's just not probable. In question 4, 79% of students believe there is insufficient education or awareness about water scarcity, while the remaining 21% think otherwise. All 11 teachers similarly agreed that education and awareness on water scarcity are not practiced frequently. This leads to the conclusion that approximately 89 to 90% of the overall sample group concurs with the statement that there is a lack of education and awareness regarding water scarcity within the Canterbury-Bankstown area. Some also did mention global, but we're not going to take that into account. 6 questions whether the participants take any active action in their own homes. 29% of students expressed that they regularly use sustainable water-based behaviors at home, while 64% of teachers expressed the same. This amounts to the sample group average of about 46.5% of participants actively enabling resourceful strategies at home. Question 5 shows nuance, with 72% acknowledging water scarcity as a collective issue. Despite recognition of it as a universal problem, there is a preference for focusing on teaching the younger generation, partly because they're viewed as potential knowledge carriers for future generations to come. Question 7 delves into the effectiveness of contemporary resources, revealing that 77.6% find current resources or videos targeting the younger generation effective. This sentiment aligns with the broader concern expressed by 87.4% of the sample group in the last question about clear issues with the educational system.
Alright, I can do this. I can just act casual.
I'll fix up my hair. I'm back here again. Same spot, no chair, because I hate the chair. And also, I'm scared of Miss Ramadan. Same person too. I'm still Tanzan Arifin. Just, it's been a month. Oh my god, I can't with this wind. You don't know how many times. So I've moved from the front of the school to like, you see where the doors were? You see those doors? I'm just like right behind that. I mean, I wanted to do that whole little cute segment, but decided not to. Just for some clarity, right? Throughout the video, I may have referred to myself as we, suggesting that I had a group or a team. But you've been fooled. I planned everything, I recorded everything except the teacher interviews. I did receive some help from Nizar Rabbani. Standing on his money, he stands at 8'2". Even though the process of planning this video was an indescribable pain, I can't deny that I had my fair share of fun. Interviewing people, talking to people, being able to film after school, all of it has been fun for me. For a lack of a better term, I would call this my final passion project here at Belmont. From next year, I'll no longer be attending this school, so I thought it'd be fun to do something different for a change, something unique or distinct from anything that I've done before. Regardless if I even end up liking the final result. At the end of the day, it's being able to share a somewhat positive message that makes me feel better about this project, right? Even if the majority of you walk past or ignore this project, at least some of you may have acknowledged it. But there will eventually be someone exactly like me who aims to provoke thought in those of whom are enduring the world's collective effort against water scarcity. They'll come to areas like Canterbury, Bankstown. We're already experiencing bushfires, so what's the next consequence? Let me move the camera. Realistically, being able to influence those around you is the real superpower. It only takes a few steps to spread a positive message for the right cause. For anyone who watched the entirety of this video, I doubt any of you at the convention did. Thank you. I appreciate you. My name is Tanzan Arifin. I'm from Belmar Boys. Proud to be from Belmar Boys. And I'm finished. Oh my god, that was a month. That was a month.